Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Brainwave. I hope all is well in the world, but right now we're talking about Texas. Well, currently in Texas, particularly in this particular area, things aren't well. And one of the things that I want to talk to you all about and remind you all is that not too long ago, we're talking about in a matter of a month or two or so, we just dealt with this in Baltimore. Okay. I think people forgot that we had the whole Baltimore situation of a bridge collapse, right? Right now, we're talking about the whole situation that took place in Texas. Okay. Just to remind you all, this is what took place in Baltimore. All right. I mean, I know y'all remember the bridge collapse. This was a major situation. I'm pretty sure you all do recall this, right? This didn't take place too long ago. Just in case you need to see another picture, here we go. All right, I'm just bringing this up. I did cover the bridge collapse in Baltimore, and I did go into detail what it's related to and what's behind it. Well, here we go. This time in Texas, okay? This time in Texas, we're having a situation that just occurred. It's a bridge collapse. It's breaking news. A barge, once again, hit a bridge. That's right, a barge, right? Mind you, work is still continuing to remove cargo from the Baltimore bridge collapse. Okay, literally as of today, like they're still working on it. So I just, what? Let me go to this real quick because I need to go ahead and paint a picture to you all with what's going on. Okay, so we're gonna come up here and I want to show this to you all so you can see a date. Excuse the pop-ups, man. You know how I go to these sites and all these pop-ups come up. In any case, I just want to show you what's going on at the same time. Okay, because a lot of people seem to have short-term memory and we forget things. It's here. We got ADD, attention and deficit disorder, and hyperactivity. And, we forget it. If it's, 5 seconds old, then we move on. But what I want to show you is it's still going on. Okay, if you look at this was updated as of May 13th. Okay. You see, it says a crew here of Indian and Sri Lankan men has spent the last 49 days confined to a hulking and motionless cargo vessel in Baltimore. So the crew is still stuck on this boat. Did anybody think about this? Okay, they're not talking about this in the news. They haven't given us any updates, but it's here. The 21 crewmen are still on board. Look, they've had their phones seized by investigators. So check this out. Imagine you being stuck on a boat for 21 days, right? And your phone is being seized. Can y'all really stop and think about what's going on? Now, why would investigators seize their phones? They're seizing their phones so that no information can get out. They don't want to leak any information to brainwaves. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else covering this story? So while we have this cleanup situation going on, we currently have this that just took place like a few hours ago in Texas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some information on the screen and we're going to take a look at a couple of videos. And I'm just trying to tell y'all need to wake up and see the writing on the wall. I've said this once, I've said this twice, I've said this numerous times. I have videos on my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube channel, click on the live tab, okay? Not home, not videos. Click on the live tab and you will see me break down a lot of what is happening in the world. And my job, just like the subject matter on my channel, is to expose the truth in situations, right? This is something y'all need to know because I told y'all that wasn't the only one that was going to happen in Baltimore. And here we are now, it's taking place in Texas. So let me get this video here up on the screen because we're going to look and see exactly what took place. Now, I have two videos I want to show you all. Okay, the first one is going to give you a perspective and one angle. So y'all know how I do, right? Let's just, oh, here we go again, man. I don't even know what to say. This is just getting out of hand, getting out of control. Like, this is just really getting ridiculous. All right, so we're going to take a look at this and listen. All right, let's go.
Glad you're streaming with us. We are following breaking news out of Texas right now where a barge hit a bridge, spilling oil into surrounding waters.
That bridge leads to Pelican Island. It's located just north of Galveston, Texas. Aerial video shows portions of a rail line that runs near the bridge on top of the barge. The collision also caused an oil spill, and crews are now working to clean that up.
Okay, so check this out. We got an oil spill, right? So now we have fluid that is in the water. They don't know exactly how many gallons of oil is actually in there, right? There's more that's going on here, but I'm just trying to let y'all know this is breaking news, just so y'all can see it on the screen. While we're looking at this on the screen, let me get to the chat. What's up? We got Palace in the building. Good to have you here. What's up, Carol? Good to have you here. Let's see who else is in the building. If you're here, feel free to come through the live chat and say what's up. We got Brothers World Order. All right, Gino and Golden Crew. Okay, that's what's up. Appreciate to have y'all in the building. Man, I'm telling you, man, this is wild. This is wild. So let me go ahead and continue to play the footage. Let's go.
So Don Armstrong is with us, we're happy to say. And he's in a helicopter. We're even happy to say he's the helicopter reporter for our ABC colleagues in Houston. He's over on the scene of the crash right now.
Tell us what you're seeing, Don, this hour, and what's the latest on what happened?
Well, it's good to be with you this afternoon. Let me go right to the picture here and show you what's happening below us. We're at 1,500 feet over this causeway, if you want to call it. This is between Pelican Island and Galveston Island, and it's an old structure from 1960s when this bridge was built, and it's a very low-slung bridge. This barge got loose somehow. We don't know whether it was by a tug or whether it was docked here.
Okay, I want to pause right here because they said they don't know how this barge got loose. What is up with us having boats and barges and ships that no one has any recollection of what happened? Okay, let me ask y'all a question. Back to the Baltimore situation, because remember, my name is Brainwaves, and if I don't get you to think, I'm not on the job. With the Baltimore barge situation, right? The ship. Did anyone release information on what happened? Somebody answer that question. Do we have any updates as far as what happened? See, what happens is the general public forgot about it because they're not covering in the news. We're paying attention to everything else and Kendrick Lamar and Drake, which is just a distraction. I told y'all all these rap beefs and all this stuff, it's nothing but a distraction. See, most of y'all are lovers of this world and enemies of God. So all you want to do is pay attention to stuff like that because you don't care about what happens to the local economy. So here we are having destruction on both sides. You're having the local economy get destroyed, whether it is just within the state of Texas, as well as maybe regionally, perhaps nationally, perhaps globally. Okay. Then we have the stuff going on with the political leadership. I don't want to mention any names because I'm trying to keep this video as algorithm friendly as possible. Okay. There's a lot that I want to verbalize, but I can't say based upon the algorithms, right? I don't want to go there. But you know what I'm saying? It rhymes with riding, or should I say riding? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Go riding. All right. That's all I'm going to say. Don't put it in the chat. Y'all know who I'm talking about. We have an attack on our economy right now. Inflation is off the chain. I've done the economic reports, the job numbers. Don't believe what they're saying. I gave y'all the true breakdown, right? I got videos up. I got the receipts. I produced the receipts. They're all documented. They're all up here on my live tab on my YouTube channel. So we have that front. We have this, the barge, or should we say the ship attack that took place in Baltimore hit the local economy as well as our national economy, right? Things have not been the same. We can't even get things in globally. And then now we're having this one take place. What else is going to take place while we're talking about it? But I get it. You know, the Kendrick Lamar and Drake, you know, all that's more important. Okay? And they don't know what happened to this ship. So now we have two ships that we don't know what happened. Oh, they know what happened. They're just not telling us what happened. They know exactly what happened. They're just not reporting it to us. And what I believe this was a targeted mission, just like the one in Baltimore, and just like any of the others that's going to happen. I told y'all it was going to be another one, and it's probably going to be more. I'm just saying. Let's continue with the news brief, because we're looking at the aerial view with the coverage. All right, let's go.
Along one of the docks on Pelican or Galveston Island. Whatever the case may be, it struck this bridge, and let me show you the damage that it did. There was an abandoned railway that is attached to the actual causeway itself where vehicular traffic goes over, and part of that has crashed down onto the top of the barge, opening up a hole in the barge and now spilling this oil product out into Galveston Bay. That Galveston Bay channel, as you can see, leads out into the Gulf of Mexico. Over to the right over here, that is Galveston Island and all of the ship traffic coming into the Houston ship channel.
Okay, so let me tell y'all something real quick. Let me give y'all a quick little economics course. They're trying to control the fuel that has been spilled out here in this area, right? This is still, regardless of what they say, because we're going to look at several videos, I want to inform you all that despite this quote unquote may not be the main port that we ship and receive items, but this is still nonetheless a port. And right now, the state of the economy, we need every bit that we can, right? We just literally need, you wonder why when you go to the stores, or you wonder why you're looking for products and they sold out and you can't get stuff. You wonder why maybe you're looking for cars or parts for cars or what have you, or any electronic devices. While we're on this subject, this is perhaps one of the reasons why, okay? So they got to clean this oil up, which means that they can't be having ships come in and out here, because if ships come in and out, it's going to interfere with the whole cleanup process, right? I'm just telling you, plus they're going to end up having to make repairs on this bridge. And as we're seeing, Baltimore still undergoing their situation. That's why I included it. I know some people will be like, hey, Brainwaves, why are you showing Baltimore when, you know, we're talking about Texas? Well, if you paid attention to the thumbnail, you would have seen that I also included the Baltimore bridge in the thumbnail. So let's go.
Passes this way. So a major spill here. Coast Guard
here.
And now spilling this oil product out into Galveston Bay. That Galveston Bay channel, as you can see, leads out into the Gulf of Mexico. Over to...
Yo, look how far that oil's already spilling out. You can see the line going pretty far out already. Like it's already, y'all see the if you look in the middle of the screen on the video, see the black lines? Okay, and then you notice how you see the different the color differences in the water. Okay, some of that is just, you know, geography, but the other bit of it is this oil spill going out to the Gulf of Mexico.
To the right over here, that is Galveston Island, and all of the ship traffic coming into the Houston ship channel passes this way. So a major spill here. Coast Guard is here trying to clean it up as we speak. Don't know exactly how this barge got loose. That is one of the things that we're going to have to ask.
Don, as we can see, the camera work is just great, and your narration is great, too. We can see exactly what's happening there. Let's talk a little bit more about the oil spill. We can see, I think, the oil snaking out there under the bridge and beyond, and the surrounding waters there. Is there a concern that this could become more of an environmental problem long-term for these waters and the islands surrounding them?
Well,
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, most likely, I'd be surprised if the response is gonna be like yes, because they don't ever want to panic people. But we know what's really going on. We know what the long-term damage of this is, right? This is great for the sea life, right? Great for the just great for the whole structure of everything, right? Anyway, let's go.
I have to tell you that there are a lot of fisheries in this area, mainly oysters out here in Galveston Bay and along the Houston Ship Channel. So that is always a concern here environmentally.
So do you hear what I already said? This is bad for the ecology, right? They got oysters. So expect prices. If you like oysters, expect the prices of oysters to skyrocket. I mean, I don't eat that stuff, but some people do. Maybe none of us here watching the stream, but just expect the prices of oysters to go up, right? I'm telling you, man. Let me shout out a couple of people real quick. What up, Rise Above Anything? Good to have you. What's up, Kyra? We got Kyra Knows 144 in the building. I believe you are new with us, Kyra. I don't recall seeing your name unless you change your name. So y'all know how we do. When somebody new comes up in the building, we greet them, right? So y'all make sure y'all give Kyra a warm welcome. Y'all tell her what's up, hello, in your own way, in your own fashion. Like I said, Kyra, make yourself at home. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. It means a lot. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this is hitting the sea life, right? You gotta stop and think about this. So this is gonna hit the economy in ways that we don't know. Expect prices of this to go up and prices of that to go up. Let's continue.
The other concern is, how are they going to get this barge off of here? Because we think that it is...
Yo, side note. What's up? Golden says Kyra is a Nubian queen. I mean, I guess we got a queen amongst us. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, queen? Anyway, hey, I just had to... All hail the queen! So anyway, let's keep it moving.
Grounded at the moment, but once they lift this part of the bridge that collapsed onto the actual barge itself, is that going to open up even more of danger? Right now, the Coast Guard is placing oil booms in place. You can see them there, the orange things. They're going to continue to do that and try to get something out here in the bay to clean up this huge oil spill, as you can see, making its way out into the Gulf of Mexico.
Yo, look at that, man. That oil, if you look to the right side of the screen, right, the oil is already, y'all see that light color, like in the middle? It's already basically about to be out in the Gulf. So, I mean, they're trying to do what they can, but this is spreading out into the Gulf. So this is affecting the quality of the foods we consume. I don't think y'all understand, man. This is crazy. So now the price of fish is going to go up. The price of supplies that have to do with the aquatic life. This can affect coral reefs. This can affect us perhaps going to certain beaches. I mean, I'm just saying, y'all might not want to go. Look, don't be trying to blaze one up and go swimming down here in the Gulf of Mexico. You might just light up. Man, this is wild, man. This is wild. I got another video I want to pull up. I'm just telling you, man, this is the rise and fall of Babylon. We're literally witnessing this. There's a scripture, speaking of which, that I want to, there's a scripture I want to pull up real quick on that note. Because y'all know I can't be doing this without at least showing y'all one scripture, right? Let's see. I'm going to highlight this one here. All right, so let's take a look at this. This is in the book of Revelation. This is chapter 18. It's talked about a lot. I will go back up so y'all can see. This is, again, the book of 8. In the book of Revelations. Oh, sorry, I can't even speak, man. What is going on? In the book of Revelation, chapter 18, right? It says the fall of Babylon the Great. Babylon is America, right? We are Babylon today. All right, there's a lot that goes on. I've talked about this scripture before. Right here, if we come down here to verse 17. It says, for in 1 hour such great riches came to nothing. It goes on to say, every shipmaster, right? Every shipmaster, all who travel by ship. So this is what we're looking at, these barges and these ships. How's an ad gonna pop up and I just closed it? Anyway, it says, every shipmaster, all who travel by ship, sailors, and as many as trade on the sea. This is trade and commerce on the sea, right? These barges, they're doing business on the sea. I don't care what line of business they're doing, but they're doing commerce regardless on the sea, right? It says all who travel by ship, right? It said they stood at a distance. Now, check this out. Guess what happened in Baltimore? When the Baltimore Bridge collapsed, what happened? It caused all the ships, and that was a major port, to stand or stood at a distance, right? Those ships could not come in. Those ships had to stay out to sea. And as a matter of fact, we lost a lot of business to other countries. We lost a lot of import and exports, which has been hitting the economy hard. But ain't nobody talking about that. Right? This is crazy. So here we are now in Texas having ships stand at a distance. Like I was telling you earlier, they can't be bringing ships in and out here. They trying to get control of the oil, or perhaps let the oil get out. Perhaps this is a plan to wreck things, because I told y'all they want to institute their new world order. They want to just take everything down, get this one world currency, screw us all up, and put us in a position of fear, thinking we don't have a choice. But when you follow the Most High, you always got a choice. It goes on to say in verse 18, and cried out when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what is like this great city? We're already seeing this play out now. They're just spoon feeding us right now. They're spoon feeding this in. They're just giving us bits and pieces of it so that people don't react. Because obviously if all the ports, right, got hit at one time, people will think it's some type of, don't say the T word, but y'all know what I'm talking about, some type of terrorist attack. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? They'll think it's some type of attack. People start freaking out, panicking. They're not going to do that. So they're going to spoon feed you. Let it happen bit by bit so that you don't think it's a big deal. You're like, I don't live in Texas. What they got to do with me? Oh, it has everything to do with you. Because if it impacts that economy and it impacts that state, you know, Texas is also a major supporter of our petroleum. So this impacts us in ways we don't think. Gas prices going up just in time for the summer. They were talking about gas prices maybe coming back down just a tad bit. It ain't a lot. But it came down maybe just a pinch, a couple of cents, like a nickel. Ooh, a nickel. You know, wow, I have a whole nickel. I can really go spend it in this economy. This ain't like a nickel back in the day. I remember back in the day where a nickel would go pretty far. Okay? This is going to impact us in ways we're not thinking about, especially if I don't bring it up to you all. And I'm not saying you all here, but when I say bring it up to you all, I'm talking about the general public. Nobody's asking questions. Still to this day, no one's asking questions. What happened to that barge in Baltimore? They said they lost power, went in and out. What are they going to say this time? And I showed y'all the article where the crewmen are still, all 21 of the crew are still on the Baltimore ship. You would have thought they would have got those people off the ship. Nah, they got those people on lockdown. They want to contain them right there so they can't go nowhere. They can't leak nothing. They confiscated their phones. Perhaps if they got any of that information out, we will figure out what's going on right now with this Texas barge and perhaps any barges in the future to hit a bridge. So instead of worrying about the real beef, and I don't want to use the word worry, but because God, the Most High, does not give us the spirit of fear and any reason for us to worry. But for us to be focusing on and being concerned with what's really going on, the real battle, right? The real rap battle, the real rap beef, we're distracted by Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Who else is it going to be? I already showed y'all what's going on with these storms wreaking havoc, tearing everything up. These tornadoes on, they lit, they on fleek, or whatever these kids call it today. Right? Floods, tornadoes, all this stuff. This is the rise and fall of Babylon. So let's take a watch of this video. All right, let go.
Has been developing here. The Pelican Island Bridge there in Texas shut down to traffic after being hit by that barge right there on your screen. The bridge does connect Pelican Island to Galveston, and Pelican Island is currently inaccessible by vehicle. That is the...
Did you hear what they just said about Pelican Island? Yo, shout out to all my peeps in Texas. If you in Texas, POP, hold it down. And I know for everybody that's in Pelican Island right now, this is jacked up, man. This is the same thing that happened in Baltimore that had people stranded. This is what I keep trying to tell y'all. What is gonna happen, right? And with all these major cities, how are we gonna be able to get in and out? No one expected this to happen today, right? We just got finished dealing with storms in Texas, right? The last thing we expected was for a bridge damage or a bridge collapse to take place, but that's how it happens. All of a sudden, you find yourself stuck in a major city. The folks in Pelican Island cannot evacuate via vehicle. So that means they're at the mercy of the powers that be. This is why when I talk about the land initiative with unlimited potential farms, right? This is serious. Okay, this is for like-minded individuals. We're not playing around with this. This is a place for many of y'all. If y'all follow my platform, many of y'all understand what I'm talking about. Okay? You'll understand what I'm talking about. When I talk about unlimited potential farms, I'm talking about this, right? This is an opportunity for you all to have land and a space. When the crap hits the fan, you got somewhere to go. Because I don't know about you, but it seemed like if it ain't hitting the fan, if the crap ain't hitting the fan, there's definitely some passing of gas hitting the fan. Like we're smelling it right now. And this is I know I got the laugh tracks and stuff going on, but this is serious. So when we talk about this land initiative, this is an opportunity, man. I'm telling you, let me come on full screen. It's got to be real with y'all. This is not for everybody. This is a community of like-minded individuals. And I get it. The majority is not going to be there. But if you feel like the Most High, if you feel like Christ is speaking to you, you feel like Yah is speaking to you, putting something on your spirit, and you're like, man, I think I need to be a part of this community. I think I need to be somewhere where I can set up shop with people like Brainwaves and people like New Breed and people like Ringo and people like Congregation of the Mighty. And there's so many others, right? People like yourself, like-minded individuals who do believe in the Most High, who do operate in the Most High, but this is not a religious community. So we're not going to Bible beat and Bible thump you like these other religious camps going to do. Right? You're focused on growing. You're focused on providing for your family. You're focused on having a place to conduct business, a place to live, a place of refuge, right? That's what this is. You don't have to come in knowing what's what. We're going to tell you everything. There's information on the website. I've already showed this to you all. And I'm going to get back to the video in just a second. But I've showed y'all there's plenty of information on this website, right? There's ways you can contribute, attend events. If you want to know about it, you got to be a part of the initiative. Project proposals. Maybe you got an idea of having something you want on the land. This is your land. It ain't like it's my land or New Breed's land or Ringo's land or any of our lands. It's our land. So if there's something you want on the land that's supportive and conducive to the environment, obviously you don't want something that's going to be a total disruptor to the community, right? Just like in your neighborhood. You live in a neighborhood if you own a home, or you live in an apartment complex, that's still your neighborhood, right? You can't do anything that's going to be completely disruptive to your environment. Same thing here, right? Like I said, same old beats, same old flows, same old streets, same old roads, same old speech, same old shows. Everybody sound the same. Look around, it's nothing changed. That's from my Mind Slavery song, right? We got to free our mind because That's what this is about. Be a part of it. Ladies, there's a lot of skill sets. Man, ladies, y'all be some boss chicks up in this thing. Man, shout out to the ladies, because we already know the fellas, you know, they be about business, but it's a lot of ladies making some business moves. So if you got those skills, come on. This community is for you. Okay, brainwaves, what do I need to do? Right? All you got to do is when you come here, click on this tab and go to volunteers, okay? Because the first thing is going to take you here. Click on the volunteers link, all right? Because I want you to do everything official and everything proper. Come on there, type your name, you know, fill out this very short application, right? And then you'll be in, and then we'll be in touch with you, and you'll get reached out to. And I don't want to put a whole lot of information out in terms of what we do and don't do. And the reason why is for security purposes. Okay, let me come back on camera. It's for security purposes because we had Rollo, the snake in the grass, right? Rollo was quote unquote a friend, or I don't even know if I want to say a friend, but close associate with New Breed and Ringo. And hey, we thought everything was cool, but apparently it wasn't, right? So then we end up having him as a snake in the grass, and you know, he did some risky things, and we just can't have this. You got to look at this community as, again, your neighborhood, your subdivision. What if you got your husband or your wives, or you got kids or somebody around, okay? And then you got people that just come and, you know, you don't want no crazy people running up to your house or to your apartment. It's the same thing. So, you know, there's checks and balances, but this video here, right, that you see on the screen, it was in this video. I did this live stream. It says snake in the grass against us men in the truth. And it's Floridian Rollo. He was a snake in the grass. I gave receipts. Ringo gave receipts. New Breed, we all gave receipts, right? So after what happened that almost put Ringo and New Breed in a very precarious situation. Ringo had his wife there. Again, imagine, fellas, you got your wife there. Imagine, ladies, you got your child or your children there. Same thing, fellas. And then you got somebody rolling up after midnight that you didn't invite, that you don't know, and they acting sketchy and acting crazy. You be liable to catch a case, right? So that's when I talk about the community. If you feel the Most High is leading you, you know, hey, follow the instructions. All you gotta do is go to newbreed.love. I'm gonna put it in the chat here so y'all can see, and I'm gonna get back to the video. All right. This is why we need to do this, because they're destroying our land and they're just trying to take us out. That's all I gotta say. So let's look at this video. This is a different take on what took place here with this whole situation. Let's go.
The latest information here, Galveston County Judge Mark Henry saying the people stranded on the island will be removed by boat.
Do y'all hear that? There's people stranded on this island, and they're at the mercy of them, the powers that be, that's who I'm referring to, them, having to be removed by boat. Now, you can get out, but let me ask this question to you real quick. What are you going to do when you need to conduct business? Your home is there. Your work is there. Your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your friends, your neighbors, your school. Come on, like your whole life is there. What if you don't know anybody outside of Pelican Island? How you gonna like really make moves? I'm not saying you can't make moves, but everybody don't have people outside of the area they live in. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is a serious blow. What is this doing to the local economy there? And you have to stop and think about your state that you live in, right? Like I'm here in I'm here in Atlanta. So think about the state you live in though, right? If one city that conducts business like this is a major city to conduct business, or a major island, Pelican Island, right? But you get what I'm talking about. Just think in terms of a city, wherever you live. Imagine that city being completely impacted and shut down in terms of being able to conduct business. What do you think it's going to do for your economy in that particular state? How do you think that's going to really fare? You don't think insurance premiums are going to go up? You don't think the cost of other things are going to go up? Right? I mean, it's just, man, it's just wild. So let's watch the video. Let's go.
Galveston officials say there were no reports of injuries in the collision that occurred sometime around 10 a.m. local time. However, Judge Henry says 2 crew members did go overboard but were recovered from the water. Skyfox video, that's what you're looking at there, from the scene shows debris from the bridge, including a section of the railroad tracks there actually fell on top of the barge. Judge Henry says the collision did result in a spill of vacuum gas oil. The barge reportedly has a 30,000-gallon capacity, but the county judge says it's not known at this time how much oil was actually on board at the time. Our station there, Fox 26 Houston, did speak with the judge, Mark Henry, to get an update here. I do want to play that for you. This was just moments ago.
Situation here.
Approximately 10 o'clock this morning.
Okay, so what I want y'all to hear, this gentleman here is going to break. He's going to break the whole thing down. Like, he's breaking down exactly a timeline and giving us more detail into what the current status of. And all this information in this video of footage that I'm giving you is literally the most up-to-date, most recent footage as of the time of this live stream. If anything else comes out after that, anything significant, I'll do updates to it, right? Let's go ahead.
Philip George had 2 barges under tow. It appears that one of those barges broke free, drifted into and impacted the bridge that connects the city of Galveston to Pelican Island. That impact was pretty substantial. We saw very large chunks of concrete fall and hit the deck of the barge. 2 crew members were either knocked off the barge or jumped off the barge. They were recovered fairly quickly without incident. Don't know that there's any injuries to report. The power was knocked out to Pelican Island.
Okay, so y'all heard that. The power was knocked out. All it takes is a barge to come in. Many of y'all that live in these islands, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're down to say maybe in like Miami or Florida or whatever. You're out in the Keys or any island, it doesn't matter, right? New York is an island. Man, this is wild, man. Like, if you're in any of these areas, all it takes is one unexpected boat to come through. Forget the planes. This ain't, you know, the September. Y'all know what I'm talking about with the towers, the twin towers. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say anymore because I don't want to trigger the algorithms, right? All it takes is for that to happen to completely cut you off. Your power's out. You can't look. What if your phone's not charged? You can't get calls through. Maybe calls may not be received. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. You know, power's out. How you gonna pump gas? People crack jokes about EVs, talking about, oh, you're relying on electricity. Newsflash: gasoline vehicles have to rely on power in order to fill up their gas tanks. And I'm gonna go on further to say, newsflash: not everybody's a prepper and got like 100,000 gallons of gasoline sitting around in their crib. And even if you do, you may be so far away from your crib that it don't even matter. What good is having all of that stuff at your house or in some bunker and you can't even get to it? Y'all got to think about this stuff, man. What if you on vacation and something like this happens? What if you were vacationing at Pelican Island? See, my job is to get you to think about these things. You might have everything at your crib or at your bunker, but what if you're on business? What if you're out? Right? That's why you got to follow the Most High. See, people think that in their own wisdom, they don't need to listen to the folly. They consider all this biblical stuff folly. I'm telling you, man. This is wild. Let me let this gentleman here continue to speak. This is crazy.
That power was switched from a primary circuit to a backup circuit and was restored about 45 minutes later. There are currently TxDOT inspectors at the site inspecting the bridge to determine what kind of impact it's going to have to the bridge. However, the bridge has been downgraded in weight capacity multiple times.
Let me explain that. When you have a bridge that's downgraded in weight capacity, this bridge is connecting an island to a major part of Texas, particularly Galveston, right? So if you have this bridge down, and the weight is downgraded, that means that you can't be having a bunch of vehicles travel on it. You can't have 18-wheelers travel on it, right? Or maybe you're limited. Just see, this cuts commerce down. This cuts the increases time, right? It takes longer to get stuff in and out. I'm telling you, man, this is wild, right? This is straight up wild. So for the bridge weight capacity to be downgraded is bad. They said it's been downgraded multiple times, which basically means probably only passenger vehicles can get through, right? This is wild. Let's go.
This certainly won't help that any. We don't know if the bridge will be authorized to reopen or not. The Coast Guard has shut down the intercoastal waterway from mile marker 350.5 to mile marker 357.
Okay, so he said the Coast Guard shut down the waterway. So y'all got to stop and think. The bridge is down. The waterway is shut down. How are you supposed to get in and out of Pelican Island? What if this takes place in another area? The same thing happened in Baltimore. They shut everything down. I'm telling y'all, man, when I talk about, see, a lot of people think this is a game. Listen, folks, I know what the economy's like. I've done countless videos in the past couple of months talking about the current state of the economy. I know people don't have money. I know people are broken in a joke. I get what's going on. It's not about having any money with this particular initiative. This is about getting things started. You may have skill sets, right, that you're able to contribute. You may have things you're certified in, you're degreed in, you know, you got skill sets you're talented in. I don't care if it's creative. I don't care what it is, right? All of those things are needed. You might be like, hey, Brainwaves, I'm only good with kids. Okay, bet. We need people that's good with kids. We're going to need some trustworthy people to look after all of our children while we're trying to build and tend to our communities and work and do the things we need to do, right? I'm just saying there's room for every person that feels a call and a need to go. Many of you are looking for somewhere to go. This is your place. Sure, it's in North Carolina, but let me tell you something. It's better to have a place than not have one. It's better to have a community than not have one. So at least you got a plan. You know, you could take your immediate family, what have you, and, you know, come on. Can't be bringing everybody. Can't be bringing Ray, LaQuisha, and Junebug now. Because, you know, they haven't put in and they're not like-minded, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm just mentioning this because stuff is wild. So the bridge been downgraded. The port has been closed by boat. Let's continue.
Which takes it right up to the causeway between Galveston Island and Galveston County mainland, all the way to Houston. So there's some pretty significant impacts right now. That closure of the intercoastal waterway is because of leaking vacuum gas oil, VGO, out of the barge. We don't know how much was on the barge. It's a 30,000 gallon capacity barge, but we don't know if it was full or if it was empty or what was on there. But the impact and the weight of that concrete on the bow of the barge is what pushed it down and caused that leak to occur. So it's a pretty significant amount of leakage. We can't quantify it just yet. The emergency environmental cleanup group is already on site, and they'll start working on their end of that immediately. I'm sure they've already started.
Is that going to involve, do you know yet, the berms or the powders, or do you?
We don't know. That's not our area. But the fact that they're there and they know what they're doing on site is very helpful to us. We know that they'll do it correctly and as quickly as they can. But until we stop the leak or know better what the potential is, they're going to have kind of an unlimited amount of work to do.
Okay, unlimited amount of work to do. That's not a good assessment. This gentleman is doing a good job of presenting the information, but unlimited amount of work to do, that's a lot of work. Y'all, this is not going to be something that's just going to be cleared up in a couple of days or a week. This is going to take some time. Time that we really can't afford to in this economy. Same things going on in Baltimore right now. On top of the tornadoes, on top of the flooding, on top of everything else. Right? They never went back to ask you about what's the state of Hawaii after what took place back then, months ago. We just figure everything's fine because they're not talking about it. That's what they want you to think. I'm telling you, man. It's a concerted effort to destroy everything so they can institute their one currency. That's what they want to do. New world order. Get you to take the mark of the beast. They got you.
Do we know how much is flowing out at this point, or?
No, we just know that it has leaked out and it is going toward the intercoastal waterway, and that's why the Coast Guard made the decision to close the intercoastal waterway.
Now tell me more about that bridge. Is this, do barges like this commonly go around it, under it?
Barges and tugs can go under it. It is a drawbridge, although I don't think it opens up very often, but it is kind of unusual. Generally, the barges go around it through the intercoastal waterway. This is not technically part of the intercoastal waterway, but it is a navigable waterway. So this barge, I believe, was traveling east to west, heading toward Texas City, when it lost control of the barge that then drifted over and impacted the structure of the bridge.
Have they given you more information about why it lost control, or did it lose all power?
We were told it broke free. The tug would have had 2 barges in tow, and the forwardmost barge apparently broke free and drifted outside of the prescribed channel.
And I think you mentioned who owns this barge?
Martin Petroleum is the operator, so they'll be the responsible party going forward.
Martin?
Martin Petroleum.
Petroleum. And
Yes.
do you know where they're out of?
I do not.
Now, tell.
Let me see if I can find where Martin Petroleum is. I believe they're based out of New York. If that's the, I'm not sure if this is the actual company. Let me look at something here. I believe they're based out of New York, though. No, wait. Is this one? Oh no, this one is in Texas. All right, y'all. Let me get this on the screen real quick. I'm not 100% positive on this, but we're gonna take a look at this. The gentleman said, "Where's Martin Petroleum?" Right. So let me pull up where Martin Petroleum is. Here we go. Martin Petroleum, oil and gas operator. I just want y'all to be able to see this on the screen, and it looks like they're, I guess, located kind of right here in this area. But it does say the operating state is Texas. Production dates January 1993 through May, obviously through this year. So they're currently in production. They produce oil. So this is Martin Petroleum Corp. They are based here out of, again, Texas. It just says wells operated. They got oil wells in Young County, Texas. My Texas peeps know exactly what I'm talking about. Shackelford County, Jack County, Throckmorton County, Palo Pinto County, Archer County. These are like some of their main areas. In Fisher County, right? See, they got leases kind of in the same area, properties in the same area. The company contact information is Graham, Texas. So I don't know if it says a P.O. box, so it may not be their actual physical location where they're operating and conducting business, but nonetheless, they have a phone number and they have a P.O. box in Graham, Texas. Or Graham, Texas, whichever one it is. Anyway, that's the information to go on to that. Yo, shout out to Los Revolutionary Gaming Figures and Sneakers has joined to become a member. That's what's up, fam. Salute. Appreciate you. That means a lot. That really means a lot. And you do a lot by being a member to support what I do here and where we're going. And there's going to be some things that's coming up in store. So, shout out to all of my members while we're on this subject. Shout out to all the people. I just really appreciate you. let me Los Revolution Gaming Figures and Sneakers says, found you from Brother New Breed and Ringo. Man, that's what's up. That's blessings, man. Like, for real. Like, y'all just don't understand, man. I appreciate every last one of y'all. And I've said this once, and I've said this twice, and I've said this a ton of times. I really do appreciate the support because I'm all about community. I be out in the literal community. I'm not just somebody who sit behind a computer and make content. I do that, but when you don't see me making content, I'm out in the community. I'm always out in the community. Some form of fashion, you're going to catch me out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know how to move safely, obviously, because, you know, you got some weirdos and stalkers and stuff like that out there, but I'm out there. So I appreciate you coming through, finding me from, you know, Ringo and Brother New Breed. That means a lot. That's what's up. Like, for real. All right, so we found the location where the oil company with this barge, they are based out of Texas. So we're going to continue what this gentleman says because he's given a lot of details and an assessment here.
Tell me about the impact of having to close down the intercoastal waterway. That's
significant. That is large maritime and commercial maritime traffic, and for it to be closed at all is a pretty big impact. Martin Petroleum is the operator.
Petroleum, and
yes.
Do you know where they're out of? The impact of having to close down the intercoastal waterway. That's
significant. That is large maritime and commercial maritime traffic, and for it to be closed at all is a pretty big impact.
Petroleum, and
yes.
Do you know where they're out of?
I do not.
Now, tell me about the impact of having to close down the intercoastal waterway. That's
significant. That is large maritime and commercial maritime traffic, and for it to be closed at all is a pretty big impact.
So you heard what he said. Appreciate you, Los Revolutionary Gaming. Figures and sneakers, that's what's up. Go handle your business. I just appreciate you for coming through and joining the membership. Man, so you heard he said it's very significant to the economy. All right, you got an expert telling you this is a big blow to the economy. We not feeling the impacts yet. It's going to take about a month to 3 months to really feel the impact of what's happening here. All right? And this is not just going to hit Texas. It's going to hit the whole country. And if it hit the country, it also hits the global economy. Right?
We're hoping that will be a minimal closure, but we understand the Coast Guard's position of wanting to maintain maritime safety. And so I'm sure they will open it once the leak has stopped and the cleanup operations have ceased.
Now, they're going to open this once the leak has stopped and cleanup operations have ceased. How long is it going to take for them to clean up this oil spill? Man, this is wild, man. This is stuff we can't afford. Let's go.
Is that impacting all ships trying to get into the port of Houston right now?
No, that's just past the first closure point. So mile marker 350.5 is just to the west of the Houston Ship Channel. So at this time, the Houston Ship Channel is not impacted.
Okay, so just the...
Now, they say at this time, the Houston Ship Channel's not impacted. That's what they say now. But we don't know what could take place. How big is this oil spill? Where is this going to go? Is anything else going to happen? What's going to happen with the weather? All of this stuff. Yeah, Kyra's right. Prices up for sure. Yeah, like face palm, man. Like just in time for summertime. Just in time for everybody to travel. Put them gas prices go up. You already see the writing on the wall. Jeez.
The Galveston.
Just the intercoastal waterway.
Okay, great, thank you. And tell me about, do you know anything about the age of this bridge? You mentioned it had been under inspection in previous years.
We believe the bridge to be about 64 years old. We think it was finished in 1960. So it was built as a rail and vehicular bridge. To my knowledge, the rail portion of it was never used. I don't know of any rail yard ever being on Pelican Island. But the vehicular bridge shares common supports with the rail bridge. That's why we're very concerned with the damage that I saw coming off of the bridge and onto the bow of the barge, that the structure may be beyond safe operation. I guess we'll wait and see. TxDOT is hoping to have us an answer by 4 o'clock this afternoon.
If that happens,
So it's currently 5:32 Eastern time, so it's 4:32. Let's see if we I want to see if there's any like breaking news. Obviously we're probably gonna have to get an update. I don't see anything right now. I don't know. Maybe something's on the local news. Maybe my Texas peeps will know. But just as of right now, I mean, it's 4:33 Central Standard Time in Texas. So I don't know, but I don't see an update. That's what this gentleman was saying. But everything doesn't necessarily go by the numbers. And this is what I'm saying. If everything doesn't go by the numbers, like we're 33 minutes past that 4 o'clock update, sir. So what type of timeline are we realistically expecting with this oil cleanup? So this port's not going to be open. Business not going to be able to come in and out. You're not going to really be able to come in and out. What's going to happen to the city? I'm just saying, man, this is wild. And they can do this at any time to any one of us.
I mean, with the campus there and all those industries, some residents, what would be their mode of transport? I mean, what could they do?
They're not going to have one. If the bridge is deemed unsafe for vehicular operation, they're not going to have a way to get on and off without a boat.
I mean, with the campus there and all those industries, some residents, what would be their mode of transport? I mean, what could they do?
They're not going to have one. If the bridge is deemed unsafe for vehicular operation, they're not going to have a way to get on and off without a boat. TxDOT is hoping to have us an answer by 4 o'clock this afternoon.
If that happens, I mean, with the campus there and all those industries, some residents, what would be their mode of transport? I mean, what could they do?
They're not going to have one. If the bridge is deemed unsafe for vehicular operation, they're not going to have a way to get on and off without a boat.
Imagine this is your city. Imagine this is where you live. I know some people like, I don't care about Texas. Okay. Remember, we're supposed to be United States, not the divided states, right? This can hit your neighborhood, hit my neighborhood, any of our neighborhoods. Imagine, here you are, you just chilling, you just working, doing whatever it is you're doing, right? Out of nowhere, boom, boat comes through, take a bridge out. Maybe it's something else. Right now it's a barge taking bridges out. What else is going to happen? I don't know. Maybe we need to turn to the book of Revelation and look at what it talks about in chapter 18 about the fall of Babylon. You just chilling. All of a sudden, boom, something happened, unexpected. You don't know about it. Next thing you know, you can't drive, you can't fly out, you can't get out. They telling you this is the only way in and out because of what took place. Just imagine that. Telling you, man, this is just straight up wild. I'm with Ariana. She says this is not by accident, this is by design. I'm sorry, man. This is crazy, man. This is crazy, man. Let's go.
Or a helicopter, but there's not going to be a reliable way to get back and forth. And like I said, the bridge has been downgraded. The weight limit constantly has been brought down several times, and so it's getting down to where I don't think it can take a whole lot of structural damage and still be deemed safe for vehicular traffic. But I'm not an engineer, so I'll let the engineers make that decision.
Can you tell me about how many people are still on Pelican Island and what type of businesses are on there?
Largely maritime businesses on the water there on the Pelican Island side. A&M Galveston has had their graduation last week, so the kids are mostly gone. So there is still some staff and some maybe other students, but we expect, or we believe, the number of residents or people on Pelican Island right now is approximately 200 or less.
Okay, and
see, I know people's like, okay, it's not that many people, it's only 200, but hey, what if you are one of those 200? Again, shout out to everybody that's on Pelican Island just trying to survive. I mean, this is wild, man. Like I said, what if your husband was on that island? Your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your niece, your cousin, your whoever. Right? Just imagine. Yeah, look, Patriot Chick, no. Patriot Chick said Galveston is a major port, but they trying to downplay it to make you think it's not a major port. Look at how we getting hit, y'all. Let me show y'all something. Take a look at this. Just give me 1 second to pull this up. I just want y'all to see something here. Okay. I guess we'll do this one, right? It don't really matter. I just need to get the point. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is the United States map. Okay, and I want y'all to see what happened. Okay, and we come over here. All right, we essentially, and I just want you to see the general vicinity, right? I'm not trying to get exact, but so Baltimore is right here. Okay, as y'all could, Baltimore, if you're able to look at the screen where I have the cursor, Baltimore's right here. So Baltimore's been hit. So here we had the Atlantic Ocean. We had this side of the East Coast, right? East Coast been hit. So we got hit here. We've been, and yeah, something could happen down here where I'm at because Savannah's a big port. But we've essentially got the Atlantic Ocean and we've got the East Coast of the country hit. Now, we're having this happen down here at Galveston. I don't care what they say, because they talking about Houston is good, but like, this is what don't make sense, y'all. Let me see if I can make this bigger for y'all. Okay, this is what's wild. If you look at the map here, Houston is here. Galveston is here. Sure, you have this port right here, or this river or whatever where you could go through. This is a river here. I don't remember the name of it, but this is a river where you can go through to get to Houston. But yet, look how close it is to Galveston. Right? It's all in the same area. Regardless, we had Baltimore up here hit. Okay, so we got this area here with the East Coast hit with the Atlantic. Now we got this down here, the Gulf of Mexico hit. Almost like in the middle of the country. Right? Texas is kind of like dead smack in the middle. And then what's going to be next? Is something going to happen on the West Coast? Do y'all not see that this is strategic? This got to be strategic. East Coast, right in the middle of the country here. So you got the Atlantic Ocean, you got the Gulf of Mexico, and then you come over here. What's going to be next? The Pacific Ocean. Man, I tell you, if we hear anything about a bridge, a barge, or any of that hitting anything on the West Coast, man, I'm done. Y'all heard it first here. Y'all heard it first here. All right, so back to the gentleman speaking, though.
There were some tourists at the Naval Museum, I understood, about 30.
There may have been there and at Seawolf Park, yes.
Mm-hmm. And also the Battleship Texas is being fixed there.
That is correct, but it's not open for tourism at this time. So the workers would be working on it, but there will be no tourists there. We did receive word that A&M Galveston is feeding people over on Pelican Island. If anyone's over there and needs some food, just go to the A&M Galveston cafeteria, and apparently they'll take care of you there.
What is the immediate plan to get those 200 people off of Pelican Island? Because obviously the bridge can't be used.
The city of Galveston should really be primarily responsible for that. Both the city of Galveston have the Galveston Island and Pelican Island. We're happy to assist them with anything they need, but I think that we're kind of waiting for this 4 o'clock report from TxDOT to see what the use of the bridge may or may not be.
Okay. So right now you're not aware of the current plan to get them off?
I'm not, but that would be a city of Galveston,
question,
right?
And also what they're planning for those.
And again, we stand by ready to assist them should they ask for it.
Okay. Can you think of anything that you need to get
Not
out
at this
there?
time, but this has been developing every about 30 minutes. We seem to have a new update from closing the intercoastal waterway to hoping to get a bridge report. So this is definitely a developing story. We're just kind of trying to stay on top of.
And I would say for the unforeseen future, no cars will be able to get on or off of that bridge.
I'm not an engineer. I would be surprised if they deem that structurally safe enough to return vehicular traffic.
That's wild, man. Did y'all hear that? Yo, you can't get in and out. How you gonna get your stuff? Even if you wanted to move out of Pelican Island, how are you going to get your stuff? Y'all got to think about this. When stuff like this happens, how can you get your stuff out your crib? You know, this make me think about right now, my brother Ringo, right? Again, shout out to Ringo TV Reactions. I know many of you are subscribed, but if not, subscribe to Ringo TV Reactions, right? He's just the best with the reactions. I'm probably the best when it comes to truth, and he the best with the reactions. I don't know, man. Y'all know what it is, how we be running with these titles. The point that I'm making is he's leaving New York and currently en route to North Carolina. Like, and I just think about situations. What if that was Ringo in Pelican Island, and then he can't get all his stuff? He can't get all his stuff that his family, his wife, and his daughters and stuff that they need, right? What if this happens to y'all? You see what I'm saying? This could happen to you. I mean, I'm not by an island, but it could be something else to take place. I'm just saying, man, this is wild. And he said it the foreseeable future. Let's run this back. Dude said it in the foreseeable future. He don't see how the bridge could be safe to get any vehicles in or out. Let's run it back, man.
From TxDOT to see what the use of the bridge may or may not be.
Okay. So right now you're not aware of the current plan to get them off?
I'm not, but that would be a
The
city of Galveston,
question,
right?
And also what they're planning for those.
And again, we stand by ready to assist them should they ask for it.
Okay. Can you think of anything that you need to get
Not
out
at this
there?
time, but this has been developing every about 30 minutes. We seem to have a new update from closing the intercoastal waterway to hoping to get a bridge report. So this is definitely a developing story. We're just kind of trying to stay on top of.
And I would say for the unforeseen future, no cars will be able to get on or off of that bridge.
I'm not an engineer. I would be surprised if they deem that structurally safe enough to return vehicular traffic.
Man, oh man, oh man. The waterway is closed. You can't put your stuff on a boat and get it off and maybe take it by water and get it to somewhere else. You can't pay a company to come through, take your stuff by boat. You can't pay a company to take it by land either. Because if regular vehicles can't get through, how in the world is a moving truck or a U-Haul truck and all this stuff going to be able to get through, right? So unless you just got bread on top of bread on top of bread, you would have to have your stuff airlifted out. This is what I'm trying to, man, I'm telling you, man. This is why, yeah, Kyra's right. Kyra says he doesn't seem very confident. Yeah, this don't look good, man. This is sad, man. This is heartbreaking, y'all. Like, again, man, prayers up. Shout out to, man, Father God, for those that follow you, those that want to follow you, those that trust in you. Even just be there, Father God, for the people on Pelican Island. I don't know what they need. I mean, I could say some things I suspect they need, but just be there with the people that are on the island and the residents of the island that may not even be there but can't get back. Just have your way with the innocent people, Father God. It's in Yah's name we pray. Amen. Like this is wild, man. Yeah, y'all definitely say a prayer for Texas, and not just for the state, but for the righteous ones. Okay, because we got to get specific. Like the wicked, they're gonna have their time. Their time is up. But for the righteous, this prayer is for the righteous. Those that want to be righteous and those that are righteous. Because some people are like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but maybe this is their time. Maybe this is their moment to pray. You know what I'm saying? And pull that John 3:16 and begin their journey. But those of you that are there, maybe some of y'all are in Pelican Island, in Texas. I don't know where you are. Maybe you want to take a look at the land initiative. What land initiative am I talking about? Again, Unlimited Potential Farms. Let's go to newbreed.love and we can make some things happen. You see what I'm saying? Don't worry about, I ain't got no money. I don't have this. Okay, it's not about money. Do you have skills? Do you have trade? It got to be something you do, something you're talented in. I don't care what it is, right? This is why we're doing this, so we can get up off of this wicked land and have things going. If you're serious about it, you go to newbreed.love, click here on this volunteer link as you see, and then you scroll down here and fill out this application if you're serious. Now, again, you got to follow protocol because we got schizoids and we got nuts out here and stalkers and psychotic people. You have moles and people that just want to try to get in and figure out what's what and bring the devil up in there and try to, bring stuff down. Just like in your neighborhood, in your apartment complex where you live. You don't want nobody like that in your neighborhood, right? Especially for my homeowners out there, right? So the same thing here. So that's why we got to follow protocol to make sure, one, you serious and you legit, and we see what's what, and you actually about that life. You're actually a like-minded individual. And then you'll get more information, right? The questions you have will get answered. There'll be meetings and there's information there, and we can take care of it from there. And there's information on the website too, and there's going to be more things that'll be updated. But it's just right now, it's just a certain way we got to move. I mean, between the whole, y'all know the whole Pastor Dow situation, hating. Somebody said it earlier in the chat. Where was it at? Let me see if I can scroll back up and find it. I know I saw it earlier, and I was going to put it up on the screen. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Here we go. Golden said it. Golden said, I was on someone's panel and I did a live stream. I talked about, I guess, how not hating on unlimited potential farms. Okay. So like, this is the point. There's people that's hating on what we got going on. They're hating on this land initiative. And you know what's crazy? We just in the like humble beginning stages and they already hating. Pastor Dow hating. Y'all know who Pastor Dow is. I mean, I even hate to even give him to pull him up, but you know what? I'm not even gonna pull up. Well, whatever. I'm already on YouTube, so I guess I'm gonna pull it up from YouTube. I'm telling you, man. Babylon is done. America's done. This world is done. So if you continue to trust in this beast system, you're gonna either get the mark of the beast, or you can have a way out with what we're showing. So let me just, I hate to even pull him up. This is Pastor Dow. Some people don't know who I'm talking about, right? He just claps back, classic narcissistic pastor. There you go, talking about, my brother Ringo and New Breed. Just, it's just wild, man. This dude is just wild. He got a lot of videos. It's just hypocritical. I guess that's somebody else right there with that car. But anyway, yeah, like, I don't even want to continue to show him anymore. I just kind of wanted y'all to see who he is. But yeah, this is why we're doing this land initiative, man. We're giving y'all opportunity with real people like us. Look, Golden said Pastor Dow. That was the one. I'm just saying, man. And y'all know I done went in on Pastor Dow. Like, I've done countless videos on him and how he is in sin big time and just violating the scriptures and everything. But, people believe him just because he has the title of pastor. That's what y'all do. Y'all know I've been breaking this down about all these pastors, man. We got to come out of these wicked churches. There's only 2 churches in the book of Revelation that are legit. Out of the 7 churches, it's the church of Smyrna and Philadelphia. And to be frank, they're far and few in between. Right? Now, I've done quite a few videos here breaking stuff down with Pastor Dow. Okay, I broke down what he's doing right here. He ain't spreading love. Again, out of order. All of these are up here for you, for your consumption. Right? I've talked about him in this particular video too. I think I talked about him in I might have brought him up in this community this video here. There's a lot of videos where I just talked about him. Look, I talked about here, Pastor Dow testimonies reveal he's just the same, just like all the others. You know, I got videos. Y'all have seen this and they're out there for you all to see. But it's just the point, man. Like, we gotta come out these wicked churches. But yo, from Baltimore, right? This is the Baltimore bridge that we're looking at, right? Baltimore bridge collapse. Now we got the Texas bridge collapse. Like I said, East Coast, Atlantic Ocean. Then now we got right in the middle of the country with the Texas one here, Gulf of Mexico. Most likely the next one's probably going to be on the west side. I'm just saying, west side. That's just where it's going to most likely be. So, hey, Golden says I confronted the Tate dude on his live stream. God bless. Yeah, man. Let me just explain to y'all. Y'all, it's a waste of time talking to those Jews. Those folks have a reprobate mind. They're given over to sin. They're not going to change. They're not going to repent. They think they're right. They think we're wicked. They're going to think you wicked. They're going to pick on you for being a part of the Unlimited Potential Farms Land Initiative. And let me just put it out there. I got land too, right? I got some land too, but my attorney has not allowed me to go public with it. So don't get it twisted. I got a lot of land. I just can't go public with telling y'all the details and what's what. You know what I'm saying? I'm under the guidance of my attorney. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot to be had here for the people. And y'all know I've always been about for the people. New Breed's about for the people. Ringo's for the people. And it ain't like us, but we're spearheading it. Y'all recognize us. And so together, because we have these platforms, we can give this information to you all and let you all know what to do. So like I said, y'all come through. You know, if you come through and you fill out the app, you can name drop me. You know what I'm saying? Say, hey, Brainwave sent me through. It's fine. Now, I'm just going to tell you right now, don't be name dropping my name and you a troll or you a hater or something like that now. All right, now, you know what I'm saying? Reputation. I ain't talking about name drop me that way because I ain't going to claim. I'm like, I don't know who you are. It's going to be like T.I. when you see me in the street, shawty, you don't know me. Right? It's going to be like a T.I. Tip Clifford Harris song. You don't know me. So when you try to name drop me and you wicked and trolling all that, I'm like, I don't know who this person is. But, you know, that should be a case for most of y'all. So anyway, yeah, don't worry about these folks calling them out. They ain't going to listen. Not in that particular manner. You're better off producing content and talking about it that way. They're just in sin right now. Palace says keep it a secret for now. Yeah, like basically just follow protocol. Go to newbreed.love, click on volunteers, that link that said volunteers under Unlimited Potential Farms. That's the second one. Go all the way to the bottom, fill out that application, and just follow protocol. All right, we got to follow protocol. It's just like if somebody's renting an apartment, they got to follow protocol. It's just like somebody's buying a home or even renting a home in your subdivision, your neighborhood, they got to follow protocol. Nothing's different here. So with that being said, y'all, I got to get out of here. I literally have to go outside in the community. I told y'all I'm involved in the community with a lot. Right now, I got to go coach soccer. You know what I'm saying? My son is in there. He plays, and it's funny too. My son, you would think I'll be coaching him, but I don't be coaching him. He's like with the smaller group and I'm with like the bigger group. I be coaching the bigger kids, right? It's crazy. But anyway, I got to get out here in the community and make some moves in other communities and let it do what it do. But hey, this is breaking news. We'll find out what's what from here. And I thought I was going to be going live again, talking about I wanted to perhaps go live and give some updates to the Pastor John Paul Miller, Micah's situation, which is this video here. It says the pastor did all of this. Did Pastor John Paul Miller delete Micah Miller? which was his wife. And I broke this down like a pound, man. Y'all got to check this video out. These are these pastors. This is why y'all got to come out of these churches, right? And let me make this clear. Come out of these churches, and it's not about following me. It's not about following Mark the Messenger, Ringo, New Breed. I mean, we're righteous men of Yah. But what I'm saying is, it's not about following us. It's about you following the Most High. You having that personal relationship with Christ. We in these last days, we at least in the book of 18th book, or 18th chapter rather, in the book of Revelation. Just by what's going on. So, you know, hey, I'm just letting y'all know what time it is, man. It's wild, man. We in for a ride. We in for a ride. You don't have to worry if you follow the Most High, but man, we are witnessing a lot unfolding. So with that being said, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. I pray that the Spirit of the Most High, the Holy Spirit, convicts you if you are not saved. I pray that maybe this has gotten your attention. Maybe you'll think about it. Maybe you'll see what's happening out here in this world. You'll connect the dots. Maybe you'll make a change in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's personal. It's not about me. It's about your relationship with the Most High. All right. With that being said, I'm getting out of here. I got things to do. Blessings to y'all.